this is Saravanan Ganesh here. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today's video is an exciting one. I'm actually diving into details how Tom, one of my students, went through the process and closed a local client for a flat fee, a flat monthly recurring fee, plus a revenue share percentage. Tom has a full-time job, full family, wife, 2 kids. As a matter of fact, for more than 2, 3, 4 years, he has paid so much money to different courses and coaching just to see how he can start making some money online. Finally finds SEO 8 to 10 months ago. He did not even know how to spell SEO. And then through the process, the coaching and the course, he actually has now closed a couple of clients. But in this specific one, we're going to deep dive into the 3 simple steps that he followed to close this client, a flat fee plus a percentage revenue share. And this is the same 3 simple steps that I use again and again to land consistently, to land local clients. More importantly, people in my coaching calls, my course, my group, they do it. So it's crazy. As a matter of fact, today, somebody messaged me in my group that she closed another client. Last couple of weeks, we've had at least 4 people closing clients. Stupid, simple process. Again, so jump into this jump into this video. As you can see, I'm new to YouTube or video, whatever, but SEO, that's something that's not a problem. All right, so here's the video. We got Tom today. I want to bring Tom in the house. Tom is in Columbus, Ohio. Tom has been in SEO for a whopping 10 months now, Tom?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
And so we are an exciting process where Tom followed a simple 3-step process. And yesterday he met with this contractor who literally just told him, here's my money, take my money. What are you talking? Just take my money. And Tom closed him on a flat monthly fee every month, plus a 12% revenue share, which I know I'm in the tree removal niche. I'll tell you, these guys in these cities can even make easy 50, 60K a month if they have the crew and all that. This guy does have the crew and all that. So it can easily be this $600 a month, and I'll leave Tom to talk the details, plus the revenue share 12% can easily be $6,000 a month, in the next few months. So
yeah, thanks, Saravanan. Yeah, it was great. I kind of got started in like the online digital marketing space through probably about 2 years ago. Didn't really make a lot of progress with it, like some of the other folks on here. Found Saravanan, and he's known in that circle as well as the SEO. Got hooked up with Saravanan, bought his course, really started diving in and learning a lot about the SEO, and it just made sense to me as kind of almost a niche within marketing itself. And learning that stuff has been a lot of fun, and the group that we belong to here, everybody's just so eager to help. And after doing the stuff with on my own for a lot, it was just there was no traction. So this is the first time that I've been involved in this and actually have started making sales and having some revenue come in. So it's been worthwhile. Absolutely. So you're finally starting to see some of the fruits of your labor, where you're sitting in front of this computer night after night after night for hours on end, trying to figure this stuff out, even trying it on your own website and struggling. And just the support that I've gotten from Saravanan and the group has been phenomenal. So to the case in point, I got the lead from Saravanan. There's something about getting in front of somebody at a Tim Hortons and a cup of coffee and a handshake that really makes a difference. You're able to connect with the client and really have a conversation that goes back and forth, read body language, that kind of stuff. And whenever you send it to me, I'm like, hey, let me meet with them.
Tom has been in a few other, Facebook groups and courses and all that. Hadn't made too much money. To be honest, hadn't made any money or much money, I guess, right? Till the CEO came in and till you got a group.
Right.
Awesome, right? And then Tom joins my mastermind, where we give leads and we help close sales. And this lead, I want to share my screen. I want to show people how I got this lead. I had put this free webpage, free3leads.weebly.com, right? This I have put it in 2015, 16 timeframe, 6-7 years ago. And I still get leads of 3 contractors. They fill this out. It comes to my email, right, inbox. I still get leads, at least 1 a week, 1 to 2 a week in the summer, right? I think I gave away 2 to Tom. I gave away 2 to Ed, couple of more to a few people who are in the mastermind. And then Tom, it turns out this particular guy who put in his name, he's a tree contractor. He's got a small crew, I think. He can take jobs. He doesn't have a website. He doesn't have a Google listing. He just does word of mouth or whatever, knocks on doors, and he's hungry. Right? So I gave it to Tom, right? And then we used a simple 3-step process. Like, unlike other marketers who's like, all right, give me money, Mr. Business Owner, I will send you some leads. We actually sent him some leads. I'll let Tom cover that. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, so we sent him a couple leads, and they were good leads. I think we ended up making 2 sales off of them. And that was, I think it was last week. And then we just ran the ads for him for a short amount of time, and then we shut him off.
Yep, exactly. We spent like $140, I think. We sent him 4 calls. He closed 2 jobs. He showed more love to Tom than Tom's wife, to put it simply. Like, Tom is the first marketer who actually this business owner has come across, who made this business owner money and hadn't even asked for any money yet. Like other marketers out there who are like, okay, for $1,000, I'll do this. Or every call is going to be $50 a call. You pay in advance for 10 calls and then crickets, right? Tom is like, don't worry about it. I'm going to send you some calls. Let's even see if you are legit, and you can see if I'm legit, we'll feed each other out. And he closed 2 jobs, and a tree removal job, tree trimming job, it could be as little as 300 or 500, as much as $3,000 or even more. We don't know how much this guy closed to 2 jobs for, but it is safe to say he made at least 1,000, if not $1,500, right? And so he's like, what happens?
So we met up for coffee, and that's exactly right. The texts back and forth were like, how much do you want? How do I pay you? Will you send me an invoice? I want to pay you. And then his first thing whenever we met was like, we haven't gotten any leads in the past 4 days. I'm like, right. I go, so I think we've shown that we know what we're doing, that we can send you leads. He's like, well, how much I owe you for those? I'm like, it's all right. I go, those were for you to test. Those were so that we can see that we're dialing our marketing and our ads in. So obviously those are good leads and you made some money off them, right? He goes, yeah. He goes, these were great. He goes, I don't want them to stop. What do we need to do? How do you want it paid? And I'm like, all right, well, let's slow down here. Let me show you, let me explain a little bit about the process so that you know what we're doing. And I go, we're not just gonna, how much is it per lead? We don't work like that. And then so we started talking more about what he's done, what he's been doing, how he started up, and him and his business partner came, and his business partner had experience working with Angie's List, the Angie's leads, and they were frustrated because the Angie's leads are not shared, I'm sorry, they are shared. They're not exclusive. So they have to pay for the service. Then they have to pay for those leads to go out and give an estimate that 5 other guys have showed up for, and too many times that they would go out there and the job had already been done. And Angie's List leads won't give them a refund. They're like, well, it's done. Yeah. So I'm like, what we do is we come alongside of you and we want to be a business partner with you. We want to be a growth partner for your business, because we look at this as helping you get your marketing piece. You guys do what you do with the trees. You are the experts. I'm 50 years old. I'm not climbing up into a 100-foot tree to start taking down limbs. I'm not doing that. I'll sit in front of a computer and get you all the leads. You go out and do that stuff. And he goes, yeah, that's what we want to do. And I'm like, exactly. I go, so we'll set up the back end of this for you. And I go, typically, the original pitch was, and this is all, he's like, well, how much is this? How much is this a month? What's the cost on this? I'm like, it's all going to depend. I go, this is why we want to have this conversation. I go, because some different businesses are at different phases of growth. Some of them are starting out from scratch. Other ones have got websites, they've got marketing, they've got logos, they're established. So we're not going to, that's a sliding scale. So I pitched him $1,000 a month and 15% revenue share. And he's like, the one partner was pretty frugal. The other one was just ready to, he's getting his credit card out, ready to go. Because like, do you want to check how much he's like, oh, so the other business partner is like, all right, well, that's a lot, of money right there. And, and he's like, well, what about happens whenever, during the winter, whenever it gets slow? And I'm like, well, that's what the percentage is for. I go, that helps us recoup our costs, because there's a whole strategy that we're going to work with to make sure that these leads, that we're getting you ranked and we're getting as many leads as possible for you, regardless of what the weather's doing outside. So whenever it does end up slowing down some, you're still going to get leads, but we're not going to get as much of a cut. Now, whenever you're doing 4 and 5 jobs a day, well, naturally, if we're sending you all this business, we expect our percentage. He goes, well, if we're doing that, I'd be more comfortable with a $600 a month and 10%. I'm like, well, I'll meet you in the middle at 12%. And he's like, yep, good enough. Go ahead for it. Let's do it. And it was a handshake, and that was pretty much it. I mean, so
this is good. This is good. Like, that is what I want people to understand, guys. Big round of applause for Tom. Man. He's got to go meet. 10 months ago, Tom did not know how to spell SEO. But enough to know, and he knows a little bit more than the business owner. That is, he can provide results. Right? That's the thing you guys need to understand, right? In the past, before the GMB updates, me including, we all used to put up our own GMBs and websites and rank and rank. GMBs are so much more harder now. So what Tom is now doing, this is what I've been teaching, I've been telling everyone, is we spend $140 to get this client by sending him leads, right? But this $140 has built so much of a trust that this business owner was ready to throw money at Tom, because first time in the business owner's life, somebody's made this guy money, right? So now Tom went in and saying $600 a month. He came out of the deal, $600 a month plus the 12% revenue share. That $600 will now feed a little bit to the $200, $300 would go into ads, because the first 2, 3, 4 months, still the SEO kicks in. You still have to keep sending this guy leads, so the guy is happy. But every job he closes, Tom gets 12%, right? So let's say Tom puts the entire $600 a month to ads, and he gets in this guy 6 jobs. I mean, he can get him more jobs, but let's just say 6 jobs. Let's say this guy only makes $1,000 on average. That's 6,000 jobs, $6,000. 12% is what, 750, 800, whatever, to Tom. Additional, apart from the monthly, right? So now Tom has enough seed money to now put a website. More importantly, this guy is a registered business. He has a registered business. So to do to register, to verify a GMB, we're going to be walking him through how to do a video verification, showing his truck, his documents, all of that stuff. Does it make sense? We're doing the website, he's doing the GMB based on how we talk to him, we do everything. The lead Ed has, one of them has a GMB but no website. How cool is that?
Right.
I mean, easy $600,000 flat fee plus a percentage. Don't even have to worry about a Google business profile, right? And Ed, the same thing. He's in the mastermind. He's in the one-on-one program with me. I give him the leads. I coach him how to do it. My ads team runs some ads and sends some leads. And now when we're ready to do the website, we will do the website, everything. That's the whole idea, right? So quick question. Craig says, how are you keeping track of your percentage? Okay, great question.
So that was a big question too at the meeting that we had yesterday. And I'm like, listen, we're in front of each other. And I go, this is pretty much a gentleman's agreement. I go, however, we're going to go ahead and run this through our CRM, and I'm going to see every call that comes through that gets forwarded to you. When we're going to set up a cadence of when we're going to have reoccurring meetings with this client and go through, okay, this is what we've done as your marketing partner. We've set up XYZ, this and this. Then I'm going to pull out a spreadsheet or pull up and I'm going to say, okay, let's go line by line by each one of these calls. And the CRM is going to go ahead and record all the calls anyway. So I'll see what's coming through. And I'm like, okay, did you close this one? If you did, what's the amounts? And that was another important distinction too, because they wanted when we were working out the percentage, negotiations were going that they wanted to start doing this out of 12% of the profit. And I'm like, no, that needs to be on the top. Because after you pay all of your labors, I want to make sure that we're getting our cut off of the total amount of the job, not just your profit, because that's a huge difference. And it's something that you need to be able to counter or deal with whenever you're going through negotiations with potential clients. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through line by line.
Good. And Tom made a great point. Even though the business owner said that the 12% should be out of the profit margin, Tom said, no, it's off the revenue. He could boldly say that because Tom has already made this guy money. Tom is actually going in a position of, this is the deal, take it or leave it. You know I can provide. If not you, we'll just go to the hundreds of tree guys or whatever, so business you're in, niche you're in every city, right? This guy knows that. He's already made at least $1,000. He's not going to be fighting over 2, 3, 4, 5%. Does that make sense, right? And I was talking to Tom just before this call. We want to slowly get from the business guy. In the business guy's mind, it's initially for every business owner, it's like marketer versus me. We want to move from that to, oh, Tom the marketer and me the business owner, we are both on the same side. That's why we have the percentage. As I grow, Tom's percentage grows. And so the only way Tom can make more money is to help the business guy, tree guy, make more money. Simple as that, right? As far as we make people understand that I am the bill that you pay that pays your other bills, right? So that guy asked Tom, hey, in the winter months when things are slow, should I still pay you? Yep, that's why we have the flat fee plus the percentage. If things are slow, the percentage also goes down. But in the winter months, dude, I got to eat, you got to eat. I can't say, oh, winter months, I'm going to shut out my Netflix subscription, but still watch Netflix. Like people's mind, you just have to educate them a bit. That's about it. Understand? And so to answer your question, Craig, we have a call tracking number we'll put on the website and the Google business profile. So that tracks every call. I love it. Good stuff, guys. Like, this is just the beginning, guys. First step, get a lead. Okay. So you can cold call a contractor right now, right? And the 3-step process is first you talk to a lead. It doesn't matter if it's an inbound lead of a contractor or a dentist. It doesn't have to be a contractor. Or you cold call, or you cold email, or you Facebook ad them, whatever. That's number one. You just talk to them and say a simple, stupid thing as, can you take more customers? You can call 10 of these companies and say, you don't want new customers, right? And like at least one will be like, what's wrong with you? But at least one will be like 9 of them will be like, what's wrong with you? What do you mean you don't need customers? You can mess it up, right? And one will be like, yeah, I need customers. And then the second thing is you send them leads. And that's where you niche down, you find out where you can find cities and niches where you don't have to spend $1,000. With $100, you can send some leads, calls. So they make the money. Third step, you meet them, you follow what I tell you to do, and you close them on a flat fee, always a flat fee, plus the percentage revenue share. Why flat fee? Because that is stable income. Tom's first growth partner client is $600 a month plus percentage. If Tom only gets 5 more at $600 a month, he's for sure, as he improves, the next one's going to be $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month plus the percentage. But let's just say from now until December, September, October, November, December, he only closes 1 a month. That's $2,400 of recurring income for Tom, plus the 12% from each of that would at least bring another $2,400 minimum, which is like $5,000 a month right there. Starting January, he knows first of the month he gets paid $2,500, and then the percentage will kick in at the end of the month, another $2,500 minimum. $5,000 a month. If enough for Tom to come home, leave his job. Worst case, his wife can leave a job and come home. Right, Tom?
That's it. Yep.
That's the goal.
Get my wife out of her 9-to-5 grind is the first order.
Absolutely. Yep.
Business that enables you to leave your 9-to-5, and that's my goal. I mean, I really like public service. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do. There's a great reward in it, but there's also, I look at the age of my kids right now. I've got a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old, and you know what? I want to be around for them. I want to spend more times with them. If we want to go and take a trip and go to wherever we want to go, I want to be able to just pick up and go and do that with them, with my family. Stuff that you can't do with a regular 9 to 5, where you're waiting on your vacation to build up and all of this other stuff. So that's my why. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And to be able to get to a point where you can start focusing in on this a lot more steadily and have a lot more hours where you're not working a 40-hour job on top of.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
That's the end goal. You're so right, Tom. A lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, we forget the reason why we got into business, and we start focusing a lot on the tools of the business, like GMV verification, and go so deep into GMV verification, we forget there's other ways to make money, right? The goal is to make money, build a business. So at least for me, I think for most people, we buy some time back to spend time with more important stuff like family, do what you want to do, your hobbies, passion, whatever.
Having an expert like Saravanan to bounce stuff off of, and knowing, because I've always been kind of hesitant with, I have a problem talking to people as long as I know what I'm talking about. So having that confidence in the back end of this kind of stuff of and being able to see rankings start going up. I'm like, now I can speak with confidence that, hey, I know what we're doing.
Exactly.
We've proven that we know what we're doing because we've given you clients. So then this fulfillment side that Saravanan is able to help with his team really makes all the difference in the world, because that's the kind of stuff that I've been sitting down in my basement from the time I get off my regular job till 2 or 3 in the morning for weeks and months on end, trying to clean everything up and trying to figure this stuff out by step. That's what takes the time, and having Saravanan's team there to help with this, it's a